Intelligence is not the ability to store information, but to know where to find it. I fear the day that technology will surpass our human interaction. The world will have a generation of idiots. The value of a man should be seen in what he gives and not in what he is able to receive. Paper is to write things down that we need to remember. Our brains are used to think. Many of the things you can count don't count. Many of the things you can't count really count. The fear of death is the most unjustified of all fears, for there's no risk of accident for someone who's dead. The devil has put a penalty on all things we enjoy in life. Either we suffer in health, or we suffer in soul, or we get fat. Organized people are just too lazy to go looking for what they want. Once you stop learning, you start dying. Never give up on what you really want to do. The person with big dreams is more powerful than one with all the facts. So long as there are men, there will be wars. No one does anything right in life until they realize that they are making a mistake. Just because you don't believe in something doesn't mean it isn't true. Genius is not that you are smarter than everyone else. It is that you are ready to receive the inspiration. Growth comes through analogy, through seeing how things connect, rather than only seeing how they might be different. A theory is something nobody believes, except the person who made it. An experiment is something everybody believes, except the person who made it. Morality is of the highest importance, but for us, not for God. Work is the only thing that gives substance to life. If you've never done anything wrong, it's probably because you have never tried anything new. If you always do what you always did, you will always get what you always got. Man usually avoids attributing cleverness to somebody else, unless it is an enemy. The most amazing thing about the world is that we understand it. Let every man judge according to his own standards, by what he has himself read, not by what others tell him. Stay away from negative people. They have a problem for every solution. You don't have to understand the world. You just have to find your own way around in it. Condemnation before investigation is the highest form of ignorance. With every action, there's an equal opposite reaction. With every problem, there's a solution, just a matter of taking action. Sometimes one pays most for the things one gets for nothing. Don't listen to their words. Fix your attention on their deeds. In my experience, the best creative work is never done when one is unhappy. Keep on sowing your seed, for you never know which will grow. Perhaps it all will. A man can do as he will, but not will as he will. The youth is poisoned by systematic lies. Life is like a piano. What you get out of it depends on how you play it. Everyone should be respected as an individual, but no one idolized. The person who follows the crowd will usually go no further than the crowd. The person who walks alone is likely to find himself in places no one has ever seen before. Two things are infinite: the universe and human stupidity, and I'm not sure about the universe. There are only two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. If you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, you don't understand it yourself. Logic will get you from A to Z. Imagination will get you everywhere. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. I speak to everyone in the same way, whether he is the garbage man or the president of the university. Never memorize something that you can look up. A clever person solves a problem. A wise person avoids it. Science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind. The world as we have created it is a process of our thinking. It cannot be changed without changing our thinking. You never fail until you stop trying. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. It is not that I'm so smart, but I stay with the questions much longer. The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. If A is a success in life, then A equals X plus Y plus Z. Work is X, Y is play, and Z is keeping your mouth shut. Black holes are where God divided by zero. Everything must be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. The best way to cheer yourself is to cheer somebody else up. What is right is not always popular, and what is popular is not always right. Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding. Imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. The pursuit of truth and beauty is a sphere of activity in which we are permitted to remain children all our lives. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. I must be willing to give up what I am in order to become what I will be. Blind belief in authority is the greatest enemy of truth. We all know that light travels faster than sound. That's why certain people appear bright until you hear them speak. Once we accept our limits, we go beyond them. Nothing happens until something moves. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. I'd rather be an optimist and a fool than a pessimist and right. Our task must be to free ourselves by widening our circle of compassion, to embrace all living creatures and the whole of nature and its beauty. Wisdom is not a product of schooling, but of the lifelong attempt to acquire it. Few are those who see with their own eyes and feel with their own hearts. I live in that solitude, which is painful in youth, but delicious in the years of maturity. However rare true love may be, it is less so than true friendship. Imagination is the highest form of research. The most incomprehensible thing about the world is that it is at all comprehensible. The only thing that you absolutely have to know is the location of the library. Only those who attempt the absurd can achieve the impossible. What a sad era when it is easier to smash an atom than a prejudice. Look deep into nature, and then you will understand everything better. Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. If I had an hour to solve a problem, I'd spend 55 minutes thinking about the problem and 5 minutes thinking about solutions. You cannot simultaneously prevent and prepare for war. Common sense is the collection of prejudices acquired by age 18. If at first the idea is not absurd, then there is no hope for it. Life is a preparation for the future, and the best preparation for the future is to live as if there were none. The only real valuable thing is intuition. The tragedy of life is what dies inside a man while he lives. When the solution is simple, God is answering. A person starts to live when he can live outside himself. The more I learn, the more I realize how much I don't know. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be changed from one form to another. I never teach my pupils. I only attempt to provide the conditions in which they can learn. Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. A man should look for what is, and not for what he thinks should be. Student is not a container you have to fill, but a torch you have to light up. The only escape from the miseries of life are music and cats. As far as the laws of mathematics refer to reality, they are not certain, and as far as they are certain, they do not refer to reality. Three great forces rule the world: stupidity, fear, and greed. Intelligent people struggle with love because they value their freedom and independence. They may not be ready to give up solitude. The mediocre mind is incapable of understanding the man who refuses to bow blindly to conventional prejudices and chooses instead to express his opinions courageously and honestly. Past is dead, future is uncertain, present is all you have, so eat, drink, and live merry. At least once a day, allow yourself the freedom to think and dream for yourself. Force always attracts men of low morality. Before God, we are all equally wise and equally foolish. Solitude is painful when one is young, but delightful when one is more mature. Excellence is doing a common thing in an uncommon way. Never do anything against conscience, even if the state demands it. Be a loner. That gives you time to wonder, to search for the truth. Have holy curiosity. Make your life worth living. Out of clutter, find simplicity. From discord, find harmony. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. Everything that is really great and inspiring is created by the individual who can labor in freedom. Our separation from each other is an optical illusion. Adversity introduces a man to himself. He to whom this emotion is a stranger, who can no longer pause to wonder and stand wrapped in awe, is as good as dead. His eyes are closed. Older men start wars, but younger men fight them. To dwell on the things that depress or anger us does not help in overcoming them. One must knock them down alone. There is nothing known as perfect. It's only those imperfections which we choose not to see. Setting an example is not the main means of influencing others. It is the only means. It is a miracle that curiosity survives formal education. We act as though comfort and luxury were the chief requirements of life. All that we need to make us happy is something to be enthusiastic about. More the knowledge, lesser the ego. Lesser the knowledge, more the ego. Technological progress is like an axe in the hands of a pathological criminal. I don't know, I don't care, and it doesn't make any difference. The man with the greatest soul will always face the greatest war with the low-minded person.